APA operates across a vast and beautiful country. We operate everywhere within Australia. We work in metro areas, regional and remote communities. And so it's important for us as an organisation to understand and to respect the environment we work in, but also the communities that we operate in and around, and how can we support those communities.
APA has launched its Reflect Reconciliation Action Plan, and we already have our responsible procurement strategy in place. What we've been able to achieve is an almost doubling of our spend with First Nations businesses, and what we're looking to do is to grow that even further. And we've seen that with companies like Biodiversity Australia, where we initially reconnected with them at Connect 2022, which is Supply Nation's flagship trade show, annual trade show.
Supply Nation is a national Indigenous database that's got over 4,000 First Nation businesses.
They provide exposure for First Nations businesses to commercial and government organisations. APA has such a broad spectrum of goods and services that it procures. In First Nations businesses, there is that same spectrum of goods and services available, and it's really about us finding those opportunities where we can engage with them.
I met Biodiversity Australia 3 years ago at Connect 2022. They participated in a tender process with us for a national weed survey program, and we've been working together since they were awarded that contract.
My name's Steve Noy. I'm the Managing Director of Biodiversity Australia. I'm a proud Yarralari man from northwestern New South Wales. We are a 100% owned Indigenous business, but we operate in the open market. One of our core values is Indigenous procurement, Indigenous pathways. What we did is that we aligned ourselves with the Gurumari Centre at Griffith University. So I think roughly we're about 60% completion of Indigenous employment on this contract itself. So we're hitting professional realms of what we can deliver and showcase Indigenous employment and recruitment.
We set up a national weed survey program about 3 or 4 years ago now to really uplift our data on our distribution of invasive weeds and pests on APA's transmission network.
Work that Biodiversity Australia does for us is critical in terms of our management of the easements. It's identifying where weeds are so that we can develop management plans for those, but it also helps us keep good relationships with the landholders and communities where our assets are located.
The approach that Biodiversity Australia had shown through the procurement process gave us that confidence that we're able to have that flexibility to deliver those field services. We identified that they could deliver a really strong solution there for us, particularly around the way capturing that field data and then presenting it back to us in a really easy to understand dashboard there. Because there's a lot of challenges when you're mobilising out to some very, very remote areas, accessing third-party properties, mine sites, private properties as part of that. So there's a lot of complexities.
I'm the project manager. I'm the one responsible for it. But I've also been lucky enough to be involved in it right from the start.
What I found out with our working relationship with biodiversity is really one of the best relationship that I've ever come across with. APA really works collaboratively with our suppliers. When we had the initial request for a proposal come in, it's quite daunting to sort of look at thousands of kilometres of pipeline to survey. And one of the really good things with APA was the ability to kind of negotiate, discuss and manage those concerns. Across the board and across the staff within APA and Biodiversity Australia, there's been that trust build and that understanding build that we're working as a partnership to get the work done, and that we can talk to each other and discuss with each other and show things that we can improve and do better. And the core value of it is that we all work together. We meet fortnightly to improve how we're doing the project. It's really good to see and refreshing to see that kind of relationship between supplier and the customer.
And knowing that we're going to have 1, 2, 3 years worth of engagement really allows us to ensure that we plan for and undertake local Indigenous engagement through training of local Indigenous people or hiring of local Indigenous people. We're doing the best we can to ensure that we have really good environmental outcomes no matter what the project is.
Having diverse suppliers gives us a stronger supply chain base, and it can also introduce new ways of doing work, new ways of thinking, and also bring some innovation to the table as well.
I'm really excited about seeing businesses like Biodiversity Australia and the relationship that we've built with them and seeing that relationship grow even further. I'm also excited to see what future opportunities we build together.